Prince Obinna lay bleeding in the forest, his fine clothes torn and his body bruised. His trusted guards had turned on him, leaving him for dead. The prince, who once smiled at everyone in the kingdom, now clenched his teeth as pain and betrayal burned in his heart. It had started just a day earlier when his father, King Anozia, announced that Obinna would succeed him as king. Many cheered, but not everyone was happy. Chief Odili, the king's advisor, had other plans. He wanted his own son, Dike, to rule. "Your kindness makes you weak," Chief Odili had told Obinna once, his voice sharp like a blade. A king must be feared, not loved. That night, as Obinna rode to a nearby village to deliver gifts, the guards accompanying him turned on him. They struck him down, stole his gold, and left him in the forest. "This is for the future of the kingdom," one of them had sneered before they disappeared into the darkness. But Obinna wasn't weak. Weak men died in the forest. He tore a strip from his shirt and wrapped it around his wound. Slowly, painfully, he stood and began to walk. Hours later, he stumbled into a hunter's hut. An old woman, her face as wrinkled as a dry leaf, opened the door. "Prince," she whispered, shocked to see him. "Do not tell anyone I am here," Obinna begged, collapsing inside. The woman fed him and treated his wound with herbs. For 2 days, he rested and thought about his kingdom. He had been betrayed, but he wouldn't let Chief Odili take the throne. On the 3rd night, Obinna spoke to the woman. "Do you know where I can find loyal warriors?" She nodded. "There is a hidden village deep in the forest. The people there are outcasts, but they are strong and brave. They hate the chiefs of this land." With her guidance, Obinna found the village. The people there were rough and scarred, but they listened as Obinna told his story. He promised to protect them if they helped him reclaim his throne. "We will fight for you, Prince," said Nkem, a giant of a man who led the village warriors. For weeks Obinna trained with them. He learned to fight with his bare hands, to wield a spear, and to move silently through the forest. He wasn't just a kind prince anymore, he was a warrior. When the time came, Obinna and his new allies marched to his father's palace. The guards tried to stop them, but Obinna's warriors fought fiercely. By the time they reached the throne room, Chief Odili was already sitting on the king's seat. "Obinna," Odili's face turned pale. "You're supposed to be dead. You made a mistake," Obinna said, his voice cold. "You thought my kindness made me weak." The battle in the throne room was quick but brutal. Odili and his men were no match for the trained warriors Obinna had brought. When it was over, Obinna stood before his father, who had been imprisoned by Odili. "Father, I am here to serve our people," he said, bowing low. King Anozia, with tears in his eyes, embraced his son. "You are a true king, Obinna. Your kindness served you, and your strength brought you back." From that day, Prince Obinna ruled with both compassion and courage. The people of the kingdom loved him more than ever, for he had proven that kindness was not weakness, it was the greatest strength of all. Even the warriors from the hidden village stayed by his side, becoming his trusted army. Together, they built a kingdom where everyone, even the outcasts, had a place.